Happy to see him. Not sure there's too much synergy between him and Bloodseeker. Like, depends of which state of the game we're talking, and the GA is not gonna be that effective because they're really not relying on dealing physical damage. Like, everything they have is pretty much magical. Brewmaster's one hero that kind of concerns me on the Gambit. Syndrome had a good point about him being the frontliner, and I've seen a lot of the Brewmaster games. Like, he just doesn't feel that strong. Yeah, he splits, he has Helm of the Dominator creeps, he's gonna be running around trying to Cyclone Omni Knight, so he can't use any spells. But as I already mentioned, GA is not gonna be that effective. I feel like in this scenario, it's a really good Morphling game, especially if he gets to that point where he has a shotgun. With that Ethereal Blade, he can blow pretty much anyone up. Also, he's gonna be paired up with the Vengeful Spirit, giving him extra agility and extra attack range, which he kind of lacks in the laning stage, also making his adaptive strike much more stronger.
So it means like fighting PandaS have to fight a little earlier, right? But the funny thing is too, like we were kind of all thinking, if we didn't really talk about like the fact that Klinx is now in the mid lane and it's not Eternal Envy playing, because EE would always get like this old like Blink Dagger kind of early style and jump behind tier 1 towers on the side lanes a hell of a lot. But he's on the Bloodseeker in this game, working with Moon, and Gambit are trying to send a bit of a message towards Eternal Envy. Get the Brewmaster further back, Envy running deeper into the tree lines. If you can just stay hidden for a while, maybe you can survive. Nope, this will be first blood going the way of Shashlo, even coming back in after the quick heal to get involved. In order to quick lane rotations will happen. VS has moved north.
This is exactly what they needed. Just put one more hero, Dream. What's his CS at the moment? 3. So not too bad.
Hey, you want to see a good CS? Look towards the mid. GPK is like, hey, you want to see my numbers? 8-6. Versus currently a 3-0.
It's really not a good matchup for Klinx. Like, especially if Lina gets this far ahead, gets a couple of mangoes. With the levels, she's just going to be nuking the range creep and try to get Klinx as well. So he needs to bring a lot of regen.
And that's exactly what you want to see if you're Gambit. Lina farming up nice and early on, getting a large amount of denials. Then you've even got your offlane Brewmaster, who not only gets like that first blood, but is also second on the CS board. Their only downside would be, what, top lane Morphling, who's 6 CS, but that's in comparison to the Morphling, who's like, I mean, a comparison to like, who, what, the Omni, who's 7. That still feels fine if you're Gambit.
They need to play aggressive on a mid lane. Braille needs to harass Lina as he's doing right now. Also on the top lane, give some advantage to Bloodseeker, give them that attack and move speed with the Frost Shield on, and there's a lot of kill potential on the bottom if enemies are staying low. You could see GPK using that flask instantly.
He's got more coming in. Top lane, they start again over on snaking, FNG and Dream, getting some really good damage into that Omni Knight, but he's got a salve available, so life will return to the Omni Knight. Still 2 heroes hovering around that top bounty rune area, making sure that the haste rune goes into the Lina. And she actually diving the mid, looking for a bit of attack in towards the Klinx, who is dropping down low, 20% now, and GPK knows he can keep the speed up. Oh, Bryle! The Fairy Fire just in time to keep him alive.
Like, he needs to be careful, can't really just stay here. Okay, that Backdoor's ready, so some extra HP will be there.
He only brought Tangos out and he consumed him instantly. Like, you're not going to he'll regenerate fast enough. Still got the Q. Give him something to stand in the lane for a while.
21-8 against 9-2.
Yep.
Like, the perfect scenario would be to hit him with the Dragon Slave every single time you try to go for the range creep, but just a harassment. Once she gets to level 5, like, she just threatens a kill on him.
Oh, AUI trying to get up in Dream's face. Orbs and jaunts away. FNG will TP all the way home. Buying him a smoke to seat. I don't know if he just wants to get out fast. Shashlo starts a bit of initiation, but Excess Vampire's here. And a fantastic game on the ES in the last match, but this time he'll have to prove it on a Rubik. Can't stop Shashlo from dying, however. Once Eternal Envy, they're able to finish the job. Definitely problematic for a Brewmaster. And it's not even level 6 on a Bloodseeker just yet.
That lane on the bottom is just pure harassment using Cinder Brew and Fade Bolt just to ignite him, deal some damage over time, then start playing aggressively, especially if they don't have over 80% of HP. Moon Meander, trading at the moment.
Trying to get their own wave to pull over. Like, we're just trying to mess with them so they can't do their own. Movement from Vengeful Spirit. That smoke just breaks in the mid. Look at it once again go on the Clinks, who quickly stuns up and quickly brought down GPK.
That's a nice rotation. Just make Klink's life miserable. Like, he can easily snowball if he starts killing heroes, getting the extra damage.
Isn't this really like the downside about, like, you see the comparison in the supports, like Rubik and VS both have controlling abilities, Lich and Puck both have quad. Just feels like Gambit are able to make the plays. This is what the panel was talking about, right? You can just technically outplay them because you're able to get in front, get on top of them. FNG's going to say hi again.
The thing about Klinks is he doesn't have a mechanic to flash farm. He wants to participate into fights pre-10 minutes, like around the outpost and after with his ultimate. He deals a lot of damage, but is really squishy.
Do we want to see the Lina move off the lane, or is it just fine to keep the Klinks down?
She should just be standing on the mid, harassing that Klinks.
But I suppose you're still winning it, right? FNG at least forces the movement of AUI towards the mid lane, leaving a one-on-one matchup, Snaking versus Dream. Dream doesn't have any mana to work with, only one stick charge up his sleeve.
I think he might be dead, and now they need to play aggressive on the bottom lane.
Dream's got Strength Morph, and he's got the Salve available too, so yeah, it's still a Morphling at the end of the day. Very difficult to kill.
They wanted to play aggressive here at the bottom lane, but 2 creep waves pushing in. No points in Blood Rage at the moment, so he can't heal up. Has 1 flask to work with. But you can see FNG already made a rotation.
And he did it out of range. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, Radiant Observer Wall was seen. Moon Meander. Oh, he's gone for the courier. FNG. Value! As Moon Meander's gone, AUI going to move over. There'll be a quick, easy silence kill from Eternal Envy with the Blood Right.
He also planted an Observer Ward behind the tower that needs to get dewarded. Like, otherwise, he wouldn't know that there's a courier.
And VS gets to return towards the top lane now, while AUI kind of straight at the bottom, Snaking. Magic Missile will be able to connect. Dream has the Adaptive Strike, and
he tried to go for a really, what's the word?
Clutch?
Yeah, clutch play, all right. We'll go with that one. But, I mean, if he wanted to kill the Morph, he could have just used it on the creep wave, but wanted to get close, heal himself, survive, and kill the Morph. A bit of greedy play, I would say.
Greed.
All right, we got the correct word.
It's called, we're going for the clippable play.
Yeah, when we want to say something stupid.
Perfect Magic Missile, and very quick. The Sentry Ward, he dropped it under the tower, and Klinks tried to get rid of it quickly, but it was the fade time. I think they actually had another Sentry Ward just on the hillside as well. They layered the vision. And yet another pick off on the Klinks. Net worth should now be starting to really skyrocket for Gambit. As the Klinks, even with 29 CS, is still multiple deaths to his name.
56-17 against 29 and 3. Yeah, they need to make a rotation, but these heroes level 6 are not that effective. Like, you want to have a coil, you want to have Lich ulti to actually bounce back, deal some extra damage. So right now they're just stacking some camps, trying to get back Klinks and Bloodseeker into the game.
Love the Lina, so efficient. Back into the jungle, picks up an Arcane Ring because, hey, the jungle always has the best items you want. Eternal Envy, just being pressured slightly.
Also, their heroes are not that good at jungling. Like, it takes a really long time. They don't push out the waves quickly. I mean, Puck will once he gets 4 points in silence and 4 points in his orb. But it's going to take a while.
Lina's getting everything she wants. Faded Brooch as well as the Arcane Ring. Like, this is just like the tier 1 bread and butter for an easily enabled Lina. Snaking, FNG, going to be pulled back in with Sinister Gaze and Moon Meander, and there's what he wanted to do before. Purifying, get the kill with it.
Brewmaster is about to hit level 6, so I assume they want to rotate one hero on the bottom, ideally Venge, but Bloodseeker's already in the jungle.
Yeah, he's gone bush. With phase boost now on Snaking, you don't feel like he can really just get up in Dream's face. GPK now rotating, wants to cut through the tree line. He'll need that Light Strike Array up again in a second. Laguna Bite, the damage, Snaking so low, but the one charges give him more life. Purification also off cooldown. GPK hits the Light Strike Array, and Snaking never able to get those one charges off, while Moon's looking for a rotation of his own towards mid. Rexus Vampire's just looking for his level 6.
Yeah, so far Gambit's gameplay is on point.
Started up, Courier, that's a simple kill. Excess Vampire, pick up, throw him back. Moon's going to cop a lot of damage underneath the tower. The Blood Right from Envy is going to be off target.
Well, they had to decide whether they want to go for a kill or for a courier.
Radiant's top tower is under
I guess
attack.
courier is it.
Easier kill to get.
You brought 3 heroes to the mid lane for this. Bloodseeker was scouted out moving onto the Observe Ward. I think that was one of the early indicators for the Rubik to slightly back off. Get away from me.
You can see they're not even playing the bottom lane at the moment because they understand that Brewmaster with ulti, they still can't control him. They have a silence, they have a sinister gaze, but I don't think they have enough burst damage to actually bring him down at this point.
Chargelow's come top. Yep. Battle it out. Chargelow. Well, he just wants to get the outpost to begin with, then they can focus towards snaking, while on bottom lane, Vengeful Spirit doing her runaway, but caught underneath Eternal Envy.
So both outposts controlled by the Dire, stealing the XP from PandaS.
Definitely worth it if all you end up losing. It's going to be a support for the Brewmaster.
Another clutch play, huh, Toby? He definitely had time to use the split there.
I don't think there's going to be that much damage coming in.
Still a Bounty Rune standing. Snaking, pinging it out.
It's fine, Moon's got it. This guy's a gambler. He never leaves money sitting on the table. Access Vampire, see the heat map, never moving towards the north. Hovered around the mid, just trying to get his level 6. And so he's had to watch the steals.
Yeah, whenever someone makes a rotation, if enemy's position 4 is showing on the mid lane, you know something's cooking.
Man, the VS being very, very active.
Well, at least Klink's got a cool item. Also has a Blightstone, so some extra minus armor.
Envy. Bye. He was not getting away from that one. The Vengeful Spirit was ready to cut him off, but GPK doing it solo.
This is extremely greedy build by Envy. Not even full magic one, just a stick, no raid bans whatsoever. Straight into Maelstrom.
They try and defend top lane here, Gambit. Brewmaster split is still up. Brow's gonna hope someone comes, but now he reveals himself, so Vampire just keeps the push going on the tier 1 tower in mid, and looks like Chargelow's gonna help him too. So a straight trade-off, but it's bottom lane where Puck has been continuously harassed, and well, PandaS are bringing the numbers. There's 3 players from Gambit in the mid, but the 3 players from PandaS, I don't know what they're looking for down on bottom lane. Lagunas can come back up in a bit. FNG already with the first Chargellow, now into the Brewmaster split. Who's he going to be his primary target? Snaking, kind of presenting himself as the easiest one. Pick him up, throw him back down again. The GA protection's there, all flying forward from AUI. Gets drink caught, FNG being caught, and now GPK will arrive. Laguna Blade's still not up, but one Dragon Slave will end up killing AUI. In fact, it's the illusion from the VS. It's a phase shift off the damage, and AUI will get away while Chain Frost out from Rumi, and it will bounce onto the hero. Chargellow being pulled back in again. GPK doesn't pull it far enough away, so there's a few hits into Chargellow, but they won't go down. But the rupture, Chargellow, you are dead.
Do I stay? That's the question. The answer is you still die. Yeah, their team fight is extremely strong, Toby. You have this Dream Coil with the kill. Klink's just got his ulti up, and Chain Frost into Dream Coil and Klink's ulti. That's gonna be devastating.
Yep. But how often can they do this? Like, what is the downtime between it? Like, obviously you got the long cooldown on Brewmaster split, but it feels like sooner Gambit's lineup's going to be a lot more faster with their utility controls, their ability to burst, if the Morphling gets bigger, if Lina gets her next damage or next big item.
Lina is the one that should be playing the assassination game, try to get kill on those two. Yeah,
Shadowblade build up.
Shadowblade queued up instantly.
That's how you be assassinating. Invis heroes don't exist, but that's why you have the items.
Both Bloodseeker and Klinks have low HP unless there's no dead pact running on him. But the Bloodseeker in the jungle should die.
I want the Spirit Vessel build. Like, it's starting up for AUI. Like, he's only finished up the urn. But definitely a focus towards the man who just tried to hit into him.
I love those players who already talked about it today on the panel, how those players who think differently, like, I need a Blink Dagger on this Puck. No, you don't. Like, if you just get a Spirit Vessel against this Morphling, he doesn't have a way of dispelling it. It's
Trial underneath the Observer and Sentry. Gotta be a lot more adept at this, and yeah, Moon realizes what's going on. Gets rid of it as quick as he can, but that's already paid dividends for Gambit. And they look for more. Dream, this time the Advent Strike will be able to connect on AUI.
Pretty even game. In terms of net worth, only 2,000, actually 1,000 net worth lead for Gambit because it just switched. once Envy gets his Maelstrom, he doesn't want to join fights. Both of these cores still want to recover, especially Klinks, but he will gladly join fights if they can somehow start it. And the bottom lane needs to be pushed out. This is AUI in both of those games. He was just sitting at the bottom lane, collecting XP, farming, getting his items. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, once he gets that Spirit Vessel, it's really a game changer.
Also, they're going to be TP's top. They're just battling for the bounties, that's all.
Seems like no fight. No. Playing Rubik into Omni Knight is so good. Whatever you steal, it's good. Just very effective. Yeah, ideally you would want to get GA against Klink's ulti and Bloodseeker, but whatever you get is still strong.
Essence Rings and Vampire Fangs dropping. That's going to be like the most stacked camp of all. 2 neutral items for the price of 1 camp. As the Fighting Pandas coming out, the near Roshan, FNG breaks the smoke on AUI, the wave of terror. Helping for some extra reveal, but Gambit already grouped up as 4 themselves. And look what they do. Like Morphling get down to bottom lane, keep pushing out, keep getting solo experience. Lina continuously farming up jungle. With Vampire Fangs up, like, she's just going to sustain so much harder into Lincoln Sphere. Yeah, it's all so nice.
Once they finish this Deso, they will have enough tower damage and...
oh, Dream Coil. Vampire.
Push power.
Gets a quick pickup over at AUI. Returns to Dream Coil over on 3. And you can see Gambit coming as quick as they possibly can, hoping for a break. Chargeflow quickly to split the Chain Frost. It does not bounce. GPK hidden inside the smoke. Now he moves forward, looking for his target. Oh, the pullback! The swap! Actually saving AUI for the moment. He gets up the hill. Further away, no, he cannot. Dream is hot on the tail. And now they can focus towards the Omni Knight snaking. Still has that ultimate available, but the stuns, the controls, fortification keeps the creep wave from the tower alive.
That was a really nice swap. Dream going instantly in with the waveform, just deleting that ledge. Also, they can't really commit that much to get a kill on Rubik. And the instant split from Panda, he realizes, yeah, I can still die. There's a silence from Puck, there's a silence from Bloodseeker, Gaze from ledge, so I need to split straight away, control the backline, and you could see Omni Knight just running.
God. Rack up the damage for 9k on the Lina. And it's going to get higher and higher. I love how the damage actually gets to match the net worth.
Yeah, thanks to Gosu AI, we have all these beautiful stats on the screen.
Fighting Panda still want to finish the job. They still want this tier 1 tower in mid. No Brewmaster split up. They come once again in towards the mid lane, put the Observe Ward behind. X's Vampire still looking for his own push back out. Able to steal the Puck Orb as well as Feybolt. The creep wave will not stay alive, but it won't matter. There's no backdoor protection on the tier 1 towers. Do they fight this? Now the fortification has to be burned, and FP, they're going to back off. Morphling's still been farming bottom lane this entire time.
Yeah, both Lina and Morph are extremely farmed at this point. With Boots of Travel, she can be at anywhere on the map. Also, split pushing, just getting that farm advantage. They definitely need those BKBs. I'm not sure if Fighting Pandas want to take a fight before the BKBs, maybe a pick-off, and that's pretty much it until both Bloodseeker and Klinks have their BKBs up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like Gambit. Envy committed 4 to 5 heroes for the past 5 minutes trying to take the mid tower. Gambit will now take the tier 2 tower. It looks like no one's going to stop them for this. Dream's the front line, and you can fortify. But the range creep's close enough, so backdoor protection. In fact, the creep wave actually survives the split shot, most of it at least.
That's a full Manta style on Morphling, so he has ways of dispelling those silences.
Dawson over on Brawler, try and break him free. The Burning Army is down. FNG dies so quickly, but hey, there's more FNGs where that came from. The jump forward, Laguna Blade, Lich again being quickly deleted. They do not want that Chain Frost to deal with, and Dream wants his own target, but the VS solution not close enough to land any extra assistance. So a support for a support, but once again, tower trade-off.
Seems like they want to be using that Klink's ulti just to get him some damage, get a pick-off no matter what. He's also extremely tanky, sitting at 2000 HP with Pupil's Gift, has that Deso finished, working towards BKB.
I did not.
Also Omni Knight, a bit of greedy build from Snaking. Hand of Midas plus GPM, they understand that they're going to be in here for a long time.
Standard Eternal MP drafting game execution? Yep.
2 games that people build Midas today, both lost.
Hey, but didn't Tree have a great win rate? Gambit. AUI doing AUI things. We'll chill in the trees. Come out, clean the wave, and then just jump straight back out again. Whoa! FNG playing with it. AUI going for the tree line. There's more TP support coming over. FNG, Wave of Terror, trying to get some extra information. They know where the orb's going to go. Nexus Vampire moving very quickly down. And now, Dream Coil. It's out. AUI swap back in again. FNG wasn't caught inside of this. He was able to get the follow on the bottom. Morphling, can he survive through this dream? Manta style, waveforms away. He's over towards the lane. Trying to battle underneath his own teammates' protection. Dream, he's in the middle of the Blood Rite. He's still strength morphing up. FNG lends his stun. Sharsho comes in, Excess Vampire. He's able to actually get the double warning rift, so Dream may die, but Moon Meander, now the split comes out. They have to land the GA. Moon is low on life, and once he still actually stole GA, so now they'll turn it around. No more physical damage comes in the opposite direction. Bra feeling very ineffective at the moment, but Envy, he's in the fight. Tracking Excess Vampire into the tree lane. Bra will finally go down, but GPK here to lend his level of damage. Still a 3-for-2 trade-off. GPK, he wants more, he wants Envy. He's the bigger one. Keep the chain stuns going. With a Light Strike Array, Eternal Envy cannot outwalk this one, and Snaking doing the best he can to keep his captain alive, but now he's running, juking through the creep wave, Space Boost, giving him this extra maneuverability, but it will not be enough. Omni will fall, and Gambit defending outpost after outpost.
They definitely needed Puck to be at bottom to use that silence multiple times, control Lina so she can't be using stuns. Man, that Morphling, he survived for so long. They also got the 2 outposts, so no XP once again for PandaS.
Man, this is exactly the type of fights the Gambit want to continue to have. Never let the PandaS get in. AUI can do his split push, but hey, this time there's a double wave and a half pushing into the tier 3 tower on bottom lane that will not be regenerated.
Yeah, I don't mind the split push, but he needs to have TP ready when there's a team fight. The problem was they had that outpost control, so they could TP to it. They also have a tier 1 tower on the bottom.
There's your BTs for Puck, so yep. You got it. You got what you wanted, Lacoste. But it really feels like it's like more of these tier 1 towers. It feels so stupid when you see a Klinks game where tier 1 towers don't fall. It's like watching Prophet Druid. Like, where's the pressure down the lanes? Where's that damage into the tier 1s? Where's maneuverability? But it works differently these days.
Stealing GA was crucial in that previous fight. Like, Bloodseeker's not gonna deal any damage. I mean, he still has Blood Rite. If you keep attacking, Maelstrom will proc, which is magical damage, still counts, but it's really hard. Once you see it, it's like mental damage. You need to fall back.
3-man smoke maneuver. Nice observe ward from FNG. He's looking for the swap, and hey, it's Moon Meander. That's the one you want to kill. Chain Frost down, swapping in Eternal Envy, even holding the Magic Missile, not using it on Moon at the very beginning, means that GPK can get back-to-back scalps. And now they just go towards Roshan. That's where they were looking to begin with. It's just they put the ward down to give them extra information, but if Bloodseeker said Lich is dead, that's easy.
40 seconds, now 30 without a Bloodseeker. This Roche going down so quickly. Now that Dream is gonna pick up that Aegis, he's definitely unkillable. Like, you saw how much time they need, especially if there's a team backing him up. You have this swap from Vengeful, anything stolen from Omni Knight with Rubik will be extremely efficient.
And now Gambit just need to pound onto some objective. They've got 11k advantage, 23 minutes in. The kills are swinging their way. There's only 2 remaining tier 2 towers outside of PandaS base. It looks like top tier 2 tower will be their focus, even though AUI being a little shady on the bottom lane.
Is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're even wrapping around with Klinks on bottom. I think they're hoping for something. He's got Desolator. The Orc is not done yet for Briar.
Radiant's top tower.
I still feel Klinks needs BKB.
I would feel the same, but I'd also feel like they need to find a pick-off. They need to stop it where Gambit are able to fight as 5 on their terms.
Lina already got her Lincoln Sphere, so you can't use it on her.
Yeah.
Morphling has Manta Style to get rid of the silence.
So it's just Brewmaster, right, is the only one they can try and control. If he's just going for the full Aura style build.
Even Venge has full Vlads.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Saves the Brewmaster. Has Fortification keeping the tier 1 tower up once more.
If you
Trade
want
off tier 2 tower in mid.
If you don't want to buy a BKB and have an assassination item, you go Hex. But I definitely feel like he needs a BKB, especially because Morphling is getting close to his shotgun. And
they're
ready.
fighting now. Blink up, jump down, Moon Meander. Now the Frost Shield's going to be stolen. Man, that damage. It's a good rip and a good Croyle out from AUY. Buyback's already coming from Lich. They swap back in Snaking. He'll have to buy back too. But now the Chain Frost, it goes to work. Shashlo was already heavily split up. He's got 2 Brewlings left to get back out again. But with Lina arriving, they get a little bit more intimidated by the Light Strike Arrays. Double buybacks from finding PandaS. That may be enough of a victory here for Gambit. But how much more do they want? Hang on, E-Blade arrived.
Without Dream Coil, they can't keep them in place. So if it's on cooldown, Gambit can just control a team fight. Now that the E-Blade is finished, they need to be careful. Once again, Lich should be careful about his positioning, try to stay as far as possible in the back.
Just financial-wise, that's just so good. That's why AUI is out there. It's like, I need to get at least one of these bounty runes. Orca done for Clink, so he does have that item. Even if we may disagree with it, Brow's going to try and show us why it can work. Hello, Telescope. Even better for Alina. And Spider Legs for a Morphling.
So, Telescope, huh?
Yeah, it's
with
good.
Venge,
it's
Lina, they're going to be attacking from 1,000 range.
Yep. Well, this is going to be brutal, to say the least. This is when you can actually probably even clean up the Burning Army from out of range of the Burning Army.
That's a good point.
It just feels like where is your damage going to come? Like this is now the second game, where it feels like Puck is like what exactly are you going to be doing in this game? Like he's the support, he's the controller. But Omni feels like he's also getting snapped and picked off. Same with the Lich. Bottom lane, they look towards GPK.
What?
Dream Coil and Orb flies out, but there was no initiation in from the Clinks.
I love the line. That wasn't too bright. Seems like they were not on the same page.
Well, Snaking's able to get the top shrine, but for how long? There's a lot of people coming over. He has an Observe Ward and Smoke. 4 players on top of him. Is that steal really worth it? You're gone for 72 seconds and you do not have buyback available.
Seems like their plan is to hide in the trees until Gambit dies.
Well, they're going to kill themselves tripping on roots? I'm sorry, like, the ends are not coming.
15,000 lead for Gambit at this point. I mean, even if you land a good coil into Burning Army, Lina attack speed and Morph with Manta Style is just going to clean that up.
Sentries, Obs, everything gets planted down. They want to see up the high ground. Right now, PandaS have 3 players on the dire side of the map. Now TP back 1. Things are taking time though. Envy is still not leaving the top lane. It's like they're accepting the fact that this tier 3 tower is going to cop a fair chunk of damage.
Telescope in the backpack, I think that's what the FNG is pinging out.
I love how Morphlings are sitting inside the base. It's like, all right, have we got enough damage? Yep. Creep wave's coming in.
Full Daedalus on Lina.
It's coming from the Courier, however. So it's coming from the north. So it'll make its way back.
Well, I'm not sure if they understand that they just lost the Raxes.
Well, they're going to go in. Blink, Silence, Dream Call, Manual Breaker free. He actually just E-Blades himself. Chain Frost bouncing across most of Gambit, but Moon Meander has lost his life for this one. The Silence should be good on top of only FNG. So maybe, okay, not that good.
Spider legs.
Do you need a fight? FNG's looking for a swap target. He's like, hey, who have I got? AUI comes in close. Brile! GPK beats through him. You've got that mixed damage. You don't care if the GA pops. In fact, GA even being stolen.
GA.
Now the backline's Eternal MP. Stay right where you are. Triple kill for GPK. I think that's actually just, it's going to be double buybacks, but they're going to push for the game. Couple more pickoffs, and that'll work. 1 buyback, 2.
That's the Lankan Sphere. Bloodseeker just popped the ulti on Lina.
GPK looks for AUI. They quickly just pop him with the E-Blade. Ryle joins him too. GG is called. 29 minutes. And Gambit, they don't let up. They keep the momentum going, and they made the most of every